All right, here we go, everybody. Great. Thanks for joining us today, too. We're going over the Greater Phoenix Metro housing statistics for the week ending August 19th. And across the board, we have 108 days closed on market this past week, a month's supply of 3.75. Our absorption rate was at 26.66. Average list price this past week, 729, 755. And the average sale price this past week at 558, 562. List price to sale price retention holding its own, 97.46. Active inventory did well, up 1.8% to 18,590. Remember, my active inventories do not include pending contingencies or under contract with backup offers. My personal opinion is we never want to get our buyer all excited about a property they can't have. So we always try to sell and work on the active properties first. So 18,590 is what we got. Pending was at 3410. Closed units, 2398. Month to date. Looking at new listings was a good week. 2,045 listings taken this past week, bringing our days on market for active up to 107.9 and for closed at 82. Looking at the lower left-hand side with our price ranges, anything in red means that it took a little bit of a contraction. I say little bit, could have been a big, but most of them are very, very small adjustments. But this past week, the $800 to $4 million market suffered the greatest. The $0 to $600,000 market ticked up just a little bit to 65.65. Again, remember, we're looking for that to go over 70. That's our sweet spot. 60 to $1 million price ranges were at 21.6, and at $1 million and up was at some other number I didn't say, 12.76. I don't memorize them. I just read what I have up here.
Just make them up like I do.
There we go. So in the center of the column here, we have 2 years ago, same week. To the left of that in salmon, we have last year and then week over week. So 2045 was a heck of a lot better than 1872. And here's the real nice thing about this is, last week we were keeping up with the Joneses year over year. But we're at 2,045 this past week, new listings, and last year we were only at 1,807. 2 years ago, one of the stronger markets at 1,752. So there's a good sign. There's a little bit, yes, it's 1 week. It's one blip on the radar 52 times per year. But I will tell you this, anytime we can exceed by that amount more listings taken than we did last year, typically means the consumers are willing to list their homes and they have a place to go. They're not, this part of this spreadsheet does not deal with distressed property. So again, these are just people that are saying, hey, I believe I can sell my home for a good amount of money, and I believe I can find another home that meets my criteria financially. So again, good news this past week. 18,590 of that, 529 were coming soon. 14,570 are single family detached. 2,832 new home construction properties listed in there. And again, remember, go to your products tab of your of Armless, of Flex MLS. The very bottom, scroll through the products tab to the very bottom, you'll see a feature called Ultimate New Home Search. And if you've ever wanted to know if there was some way you could find out about the product that's out there, show your clients floor plans, elevations, understand what the discounts are before you even have to drive out there. This is how you do it. You go to Ultimate New Home Search and you put in a search. Now, I will tell you this, be vague. Don't be specific like you will be in the MLS because you'll miss product. It's a little bit different from that perspective. But it's 2,832 this past week. Non-distressed at 18,488. Slide your eyes way over. That represents 99.5% of the entire MLS inventory. This past week we had 3,410 people in escrow at any one time. We call that pending. Last week we were at 3,472, a little bit of a haircut there, but 3,564 last year versus 3,783 the year before that. So if we're kind of just looking at the temperament of people that are buyers, they're pretty consistent, but they're a couple of thousand off where we were last year. Slide your eyes just a little bit further right into the blue. You'll see over there under July last month, we were at 3,944, but we were at 5,800 people in escrow at any particular time in 2023. And slide your eyes even further, looking at June the year before, 6,293 people were in escrow. So when we're sitting over here today and we're looking at 3,400, and we're not getting the 2,400 new listings we need each week, week, we're okay because we don't have the buyers. But unfortunately, we're not okay because that's our business. Yeah. We need more business. We need more buyers in the marketplace. So that is the point of sufferance. That's the item that we have the largest issue with, because 2,400 new listings taken, way up on the top there, 2,400 new home listings. That's the same number it's been in a great market here in Phoenix. We've been averaging 24. So again, this is we're not that really far off. It's just very expensive for buyers, of course, and of course that's the problem. Looking at closed inventory month to date, 2,398. We're in the single digit deductions less, but again, let's give it time to incubate. 2,600 this time last year, 1,187. Ironically, if you remember, this time in 2022, what happened? The brakes came on. All of a sudden, the market slowed down. Everybody was like, what just happened? And so this is, as we start looking back 2 years ago, we're going to see that we're probably going to be doing better this year, and certainly last year we did, than the year before. Looking at month supply, 3.75, a little high, but still pretty close. It's within that 0.5%, bringing it to 26.66 absorption rate. Our median price, the lower number there on the left-hand side, is $440,000 right now. We were at $449.95, but slide your eyes to the right. We were as high. It's pretty simple across, but we were at $474 2 years ago. So when you look at median price, what's the actual middle of all the product that's in inventory? Right now, we're $34,000 less than we were 2 years ago. So the prices have taken the change. They've taken the hit. Sellers are having to give up more to be able to get somebody excited about their home versus another one that's right down the street. So there is ample inventory. There aren't ample buyers, which is really forcing us, even though the numbers say we should probably be in a seller's market, we're actually in a buyer's market in many ways. So always take that into consideration, because when we get to the last number here, you'll see what I mean. For days on market, again, 108. That's kind of consistent over the last few years, 100 to 108. 82 days on market is slow. So we should be, as far as for the sold inventory is concerned, we should be closer to 70. So anytime we're within 5 days on a 70, you'll see me in either in yellow or green. So this is close. We were at 71 last week. We took a little bit of a hit here. But this is the number. So if you're thinking, can I negotiate with a seller? The answer is, well, unequivocally, yes. If you take a look at the average, this is called the list price to sale price retention. And what this is used for is identifying how much of the average right now, based on what sold this past week, by the way. So this number is based on the numbers that we do week over week. And if you look at these statistics, you'll see that the average is 97.8%. All the way back since I started recording this stuff in like 96, we've been averaging about 97.8, which is a 2% negotiation off of the list price to the accepted contract price in the buyer's offer. Now, again, when this number goes up over 100, it just means that sellers aren't giving anything away; they're getting more. But 97.46, this is a really strong number, because what it's saying is the sellers are giving up only about 0.5% more than normal, and yet at the same time they are giving that up. So when we look at a price that the seller's offering, you have to anticipate that whatever they're listing their price for is already taken into consideration in the other statistics. And so this number tells you, are they still willing to give a discount off the price? Now, you can use that in a number of different ways, but that's how the numbers shake out. So when you're looking with your clients and talking to them this particular week, keep that in mind.
All right, Todd, appreciate it.